Everyone. Welcome to the BAC for Security Services meeting. This meeting is being streamed online via the CAAP YouTube account. Please message once your name is called. Uh, for our uh, for our chairperson, Colonel Valentino Janela, he's on travel. For our presiding officer, Attorney Danjun Lucas, Captain Dante Langkit,
Yes, present.
Engineer Elmer Gomez,
Present.
Miss Jocelyn Ching.
Present you.
Thank you, ma'am. And for our end user from the CSIS Central Office, Colonel Hill Maglake.
Present.
For the technical working group, our head, Attorney Frank Edward Marty,
Present online.
Attorney Mark Nestor Mendoza,
Present.
Engineer Joe Ferran Joseph Torrefranca,
Present po online.
Engineer Michael Macabenta, Miss Odessa Cortez,
Present po.
Mr. Kevin Badwa,
Present po.
Maria Tricia Santa Barbara,
Present po.
Miss Vanessa Kaime, and for our back secretariat, our overall head, Dr. Roddy Bayaban, Irish Presyon, Attorney Bo Masiglat, and our minutes taker for today's meeting, Sir Chair, Miss Melina Reyes, and we also have our other back secretariat members here. Sir, we also have our observers from the COA and the IAS. That is all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretariat. Thank you very much. Welcome to the BAC members, to the TWG and the Secretariat. I would also like to welcome the representative from COA and IAS. Maraming salamat po for attending. This shows our continuous effort to be transparent in so far as BAC security is concerned. Anyway, considering that the chairperson for BAC security is currently unavailable, attending to an equally important matter on a satellite airport, I think in Busuanga, Colonel Valdionela asked me to preside today's meeting. And other than all the exception of the chairperson, we're happy to note that the members are all present. I understand also TWG head and the secretariat head are both here. So, thank you. What would be our agenda for today? Attorney Irish, please.
Sir, our agenda for today, first, sir, is the administrative arrangement for BAC Security Services. Since this is our first meeting after the reconstitution of the BAC, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Attorney Irish. So some administrative matters that we want to discuss to the newly reconstituted BAC Security. The Director General, prior to his flight last night, issued a memorandum addressed to the Chief of CSIS, to the Head of BAC Security Service, and to Procurement Division. I'm not so sure if this has already been cascaded and routed to all concerned, but let me just read the content of this very short memorandum. This was occasioned by the meeting we had yesterday with the chairman of the CAAP board, the Secretary of Transportation, Secretary Arto Gade. There were several not complaints. I wouldn't call it complaint, but there were information that reached the secretary and the office of the DOTR Undersecretary for Finance that continuously the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines has been extending contacts of the existing security agencies. So when we were discussing with the secretary yesterday, of course, we had to tell him that yes, it happened, but we had to do it in the exigency of service because there are problems with the procurement. Without naming names and without actually pointing to any office, we said that it's bureaucratic process. Of course, the secretary was not happy because we all know that the secretary is very impatient when it comes to bureaucratic processes, especially when the delays can be avoided. So reading on the memorandum issued by the Director General, the subject extension of contract of security services, This refers to the continuous extension of contracts of security services in this authority, period. Contracts of various airports have been extended only and not renewed, paragraph. Accordingly, your offices, referring to CSIS, BAC Security Services and Procurement Division, are hereby directed to ensure proper and timely procurement of all security contracts within this authority in accordance with rules and regulations pertinent to security service procurement. Paragraph. Further, take note that the extension of security contracts shall no longer be processed in the future without justifiable reason. Thus, to reiterate, you are directed to make a feasible plan for the timely renewal of all security contracts. For strict compliance, signed, Director General Captain James Bionco. So that is the memorandum that we need to deal with and we need to act on expeditiously. But I understand from Attorney Frank, prior to the reconstitution, there were already publications insofar as the procurement of the security services is concerned. I guess what the Office of the Director General would like to convey to the members is for us to make a plan of action and make sure that moving forward, as much as possible, we do not refer to the Office of the Director General any extension of contract if it can be avoided, especially so if we can procure it through regular procurement and bidding. I understand previously there were problems and issues being contested and confronted between BAC handling the security services and the Office of the CAAP Security and Intelligence Services. What we're going to do actually as the new BAC Security Service procurement is to marry the comments and inputs coming from security. Of course, it's very important. They know better what to require from our service contractors. But at the same time, BAC has the institutional knowledge of the processes that needs to be followed insofar as procurement is concerned. So we leave it up to the expertise of the Secretariat and of course, Attorney Frank Marty to deal with the problems that are encountered before so that it will not happen again. And the timeline given by the Director General is to ensure that new contracts will be issued within the year for all security contracts from area. Okay, that is the only administrative matter I have, unless there are other matters to be discussed by the other members, by the Secretariat, and by the TWG. I would be proposing to move on to the next item on the agenda. So I hear none. Attorney Irish, please proceed to the next item on the agenda.
For our next agenda, Mr. Chair, is the provision of security services requirements for CAAP Area 10 under a 3-year service agreement. This is amounting to 48 million 065,383 pesos and 32 centavos, sir. Sir, if I may, sir, this agenda, sir, together with Area 10, together with Area 12, sir, actually this was just not included in the agenda. This has already been presented for pre-proclamation during the previous SBAC, sir.
Okay.
However,
So do you propose for, in the interest of time, to just adopt the previous actions of the previous back security? Because I would have no
however,
problem with that.
however, sir, there was still no motion for posting for this one, sir.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, Attorney Frank.
Yeah, actually, Mr. Chair, it is actually the recommendation of we are supposed to the TWG is supposed to recommend that the previous action of the BAC SBAC to be particular will be adopted by this new reconstituted Bids and Awards Committee, considering that we already conducted the pre-procurement activity of this and the issues raised during the previous pre-procurement were already addressed. Thus, we are recommending, the TWG is recommending that the bid document for area center 10, 12, and what's that?
This is only for 10 and 12, attorney.
10 and 12, Mr. Chair, be posted. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Before the committee act on it, let me just for the record, has this gone through the scrutiny and legal scrubbing of the legal department? And has this gone through the uh, technical evaluation of the end user, that is to say, the CSIS? If you can confirm and affirm to the members of this committee that both have gone through the scrutiny of the two pertinent offices, then I would have no objection and would actually support an adoption of the recommendation of the TWG.
Yes, sir. We already submitted these documents to the Enforcement and Legal Service for their review. However, they failed to provide inputs and comments on the document despite the lack of considerable time. So, but these documents were thoroughly discussed and examined by the former Special Bids and Awards Committee for Security Services.
All right, just to confirm and for the peace of mind of the other members, the TWG has confirmed and affirmed that the CSIS has gone through the documentation and the technical evaluation yielded positive results. In the same vein, the Enforcement and Legal Services has failed to give comments, and as agreed during previous meeting, I think 2 months back, between Attorney JR and Colonel Maglake and other pertinent officers, including the DBGA and DG, if they failed, we consider it as approved and as recommended. But nevertheless, Attorney Frank, can we make this and reduce everything into writing? Please issue a letter and memorandum to Attorney Robby Ventura, the acting ELS chief, documenting all this. He may have something to say about this, but in the interest of time, we cannot wait. This is a very important project. This pertains to our security and our satellite offices. So moving forward, we can, if there is any motion from the members of the board, members of the committee, I have any motion in so far as the recommendation of the TWG is concerned to publish, no, Attorney Frank? Okay,
Yes, sir. For posting
for
the
posting.
yeah
All
area
right.
12,
Area 10 and 12 or 12 lang?
Yeah. 10 and
10
12,
and
sir.
12. Okay. All right. May I hear any motion from the members of the committee, please? Hindi tayo uwi pag walang nag-motion. Sino ba members dito?
Yeah,
Captain
Attorney.
Dante.
Attorney Elmer po.
Yun, Sir Elmer.
Yeah, having said with the recommendation of the end user and the statement given by the TWG, I move that this will be published.
Thank you. There's a motion to post and adopt the recommendation of the TWG to post the documents for area center 10 and 12. Any second?
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Captain Dante. Thank you. So, moved and duly seconded. The motion is carried for posting. Attorney Frank, thank you very much. Attorney Irish, next item on the agenda, please.
For the next item, Mr. Chair, is the provision of security services for Bicol International Airport covering a period of 6 months through negotiated procurement for emergency cases, sir. This amounts to 18,240,201 pesos and 12 centavos, sir. Mr. Chair, this has already been again approved by the previous Bids and Awards Committee for Security, Mr. Chair, for negotiated procurement for emergency case. And from our last meeting, the end user was directed to present their recommended bidders for this one, sir.
Okay, so let's listen. Already decided on by the previous actions taken by the previous membership. Thank you, Attorney Irish. So please present CSIS.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Colonel.
Okay, during the last meeting, that was the time that we still have the SBAC. We have already recommended proponents under the emergency procurement. These are ano tawag niya? High. I'm sorry.
Wait, sir.
Oh. This is a high tone security and investigation agency incorporated. The other one is arms. Udin, can you help me? What is
Yes,
the
sir.
full name?
I-share ko yung document, sir. Yung
Okay.
previous.
Sharing the document, Mr. Chair.
Yung previous bidders po yan, sir, na.
Okay. Ito pala, Mr. Chair. This where the security agencies will recommend, okay, for us to proceed under the bidding under emergency procurement. Advanced Remote Managed Security Services Incorporated. This item number 1 is the current security provider for Area 5.
5.
Okay. Number 2 is, ipas ko muna yung Mr. Chair, number 2. Number 3 is High-Tone Security Agency Incorporated. This was the previous security provider for Area 5. Ito yung pumalit sana from High-Tone, naging Advanced Remote ang nanalo dito during the time. Now, further, we will also recommend Elite Blue Security Specialist and number 4, Regimel Security Agency. All these 4 items, 1, 2, 3, and 4 were the previous contenders or bidder for the security services of Area 5. Technically, in terms of documentation, we assume that they are already technically capable and has the necessary documents to proceed and meet the documentary requirements for procurement and emergency procurement, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Colonel Maglake. Attorney Frank, comments, please.
Mr. Chair, under the rules, we are mandated or we are required to at least invite 3 bidders or companies or security agencies for that matter to be included for the negotiated procurement. However, this will not preclude other agencies to submit their proposals, Mr. Chair. So the work, Mr. Chair, would adopt the recommendation of the end user as the agencies to be invited in the negotiation for this particular.
Okay. Okay. I think you have another recommendation, right? So first, the first recommendation that the BAC would be acting on is to adopt the list submitted by the end user, and that would be the 4. But under the rules, we're supposed to require the technical working group to invite these 4 as recommended, right? So there are 2 motions that are required to be passed on by the committee. Correct, Attorney Frank? Attorney Iris?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you for the affirmation. And with that, just to summarize, the recommendation to be acted on by the membership is 1, to adopt the recommendation of the CSIS to invite 4 above mentioned security agencies, and second, to be particular about it, direct the Secretariat to send letters to these 4 to participate in the negotiated procurement, including the dates, Attorney Frank, the tentative dates, the putative.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So, all right. Any motion coming from the other members, please? Comments, inputs before we move?
Ako na? Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir, please.
may I move for the adoption of the recommendation of the technical working group for to invite the 4 aforementioned security service provider.
All right. Thank you, sir. There's a motion. Any second?
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Sir Elmer. So the recommendation of the technical working group to approve the recommendation of the technical working group for 4 security agencies to participate in the negotiated procurement for Area Center 5. 5 pa lang to, di ba? Bicol, Area Center 5, or Bicol lang. Bicol.
Sir.
Sorry, Bicol Airport. Second is...
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Yes, Captain Dante, please.
Just for clarification, Mr. Chair, I understand that the end user was also the person who moved for the motion, but what my reading in the last directive is that the end user is no longer also the. May I just review for a while? I stand corrected, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay,
He
I
is,
understand.
he is an
I
interim.
understand.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's an
yes.
interim member of the BAC, so I concede, Mr. Chair.
Yes, he has personality to move because he's the end user and a provisional member. You are correct, Captain Dante. Thank you very much, Captain Dante, for the manifestation. But considering
Mr.
that you withdrew the manifestation after the perusal of the documentation, the manifestation is considered withdrawn. May I continue? There is a motion to adopt the recommendation of the TWG. 2 recommendations. 1, to include the 4 security agencies as part of the process for negotiated procurement. Second is to send them letters inviting them to participate. Both are tangential to the purpose of BIA security agency procurement. There is a motion, so duly seconded, the motion is carried. Thank you very much. Any other items on the agenda? Attorney Irish, please.
Actually, for other matters, Mr. Chair, we have the provision of security services requirements for CAAP for Area 3, 7, and 4. As previously discussed, Mr. Chair, there was a bid bulletin issued for these projects. The bid bulletin states that the procurement proceeding is canceled and or suspended. However, a subsequent resolution was issued canceling these projects, Mr. Chair.
Why? Why were they canceled?
We still do not have the document, but may I ask from the end user, um, Miss Odessa Cortez from the TWG on the reason of for the
What
cancellation for
area? Anong area yung involved?
this is area 3, 7, and 4, sir.
Okay, this is again our problem. This becomes dilatory on the part of CAAP when we cannot even process properly security agencies. We keep on extending. So we want to be, well, I guess, was it passed upon by the previous BAC security, the resolution? Did it come from BAC or it came from end user?
It came from the resolution, sir, came from Bac Bravo, sir, as they were the one handling these projects, and this was still not transition from Bac Bravo to the SBAC, sir.
Okay. Secretariat and TWG, are you prepared to present or do you want to set other meeting?
Sir, for the TWG, sir, allow us, give us time to prepare the necessary documents in order for the members to fully appreciate the circumstances of this project. So, in our subsequent meetings, sir, we will present these projects for proper action of the committee.
Okay, let's agree on the date because we cannot further delay procurement of security services. When do you, how many days do you need?
Sir, we can present on Monday if the members of the committee are available.
Monday. That's November 8th.
No, sir. November 8th, sir.
Okay. I'm good with November 8th. Let's set it at November 8th. Anyway, it's virtual. So, I think we will be able to get a quorum. Let's not further delay the procurement of the security service. Okay, we have marching orders from the DG and from the board members to make sure that we procure this expeditiously. Of course, all in accordance with the rules and regulations provided. So, okay, November 8th. Let's meet on November 8th to present this. We will be waiting for your recommendation. If this was indeed suspended for one reason or another, then let's continue. I hope the TWG, the end user, and the secretariat will be prepared to present, and we are ready with our actions moving forward, and we can pass upon the back members can already decide on how to move forward. And hopefully, it's also for posting. Okay? All right. I think this is for me. Attorney Iris, any other? Sorry, I've been hugging the meeting. But are there any comments from the other members insofar as the decisions made by this representation are concerned?
Sir, question lang. What time po tayo on Monday, sir? Is it same time, sir?
We'll leave it up to the Secretariat and to the TWG. Okay, just let us advise us. And then, of course, before you issue the notice, consider the schedule of the other members so that we can achieve a quorum. A majority will do.
Okay. Mr. Chair, from the end user, we're willing to meet to join the back conference on Monday.
Thank you, sir. You are not only welcome, but you are needed on that meeting. Thank you. Thank you, Colonel Lil. Thank you very much. All right. Attorney Iris, any other items on the agenda?
No other matters in the agenda, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Very efficient. Thank you, Attorney Frank. Sorry, magsasalita ka po pala. Oh.
Yeah, just for November 8, sir, aside from these three projects, sir, we will also be presenting some other projects we wish to include in the agenda items in order for us to expedite as well the other areas.
Yes, if you can present areas 1 to 12, then better, so that before December we will have new contracts, and then we can already close back security. I mean, we will be obsolete after all the contracts are issued and executed. So it's one less bureaucracy for CAAP, and we can all have our Christmas breaks, so to speak, if that is even possible for Attorney Frank. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. That concludes, I think, our meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chair, I move that this meeting be adjourned.
Thank you, Sir Elmer.
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Sir Dante. We miss you here, Captain Dante. Let's have a coffee soon.
Yes, yes.
Hopefully we can have a physical meeting. Well, kapag nag-open tayo, it's going to be physical, no? So I'll be meeting Sir Elmer, Captain Dante, and the other members, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Joy.
Thank you.
Welcome back to us. We have been out for quite a while.
Yes,
Anyway,
sir.
thank you very much. Parang hindi masaya si Ma'am Joy na bumalik siya ng app, pero
Sinabi.
jury duty, sorry. Okay. Thank you very much. There is a motion to adjourn. Duly seconded. Carried. Thank you. See you on Monday, November 8. Time to be announced. The instruction is for the Secretariat to confirm with the members in order for us to be able to have quorum. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Ma'am Odeng, punta po ako dyan sa CSI.
Opo, attorney. Thank you
Tama po.
namin.